Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for our annual community update. Community West Foundation remains steadfast in our mission to advance the health and well-being of our community. We fulfill this mission primarily through our grant making to nonprofit agencies that provide basic needs services in Cleveland, Western Cuyahoga, and Lorain County. I'm proud to say that in 2022 we funded 100 nonprofit organizations, the most in our history, in the amount of $3.2 million. We are on track to have a repeat of that again this year. As I reflected on our program today, I am moved by the impact we have collectively made on our community over the past year. Together, we have made positive strides to help our neighbors most in need. I stand before you today not only as a representative of this incredible foundation, but also as a fellow advocate for positive change. Our community is the very fabric that connects us, the tapestry of diverse individuals who call it home. It is within the embrace of this community that we find comfort, support, and endless opportunities for growth. However, our community is not immune to challenges. We face pressing issues, and it is up to us to step up and make a difference. Being the change requires courage, dedication, and a vision for a brighter future. Each one of us possesses the ability to ignite a spark of transformation, to create ripples of positive impact that extend far beyond our own lives. We see this work being done by our grantee partners every day. Grantees like West Shore Meals on Wheels, who are preparing and delivering food to homebound seniors. Grantees like Fostering Hope, who are providing guidance to children aging out of foster care so they do not become homeless. Grantees like the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, who welcome newcomers with open arms. Community West Foundation looks to the Book of Matthew to help define our grant making. The 6 areas called out in Chapter 25 are the areas in which we support the community, and we've structured them to align with our quarterly grant cycles. We have found that by organizing our mission areas in this way, we have a clearer picture of needs across the community, and it is easier to identify opportunities for collaboration. A few years ago, Community West made the decision to expand our grant making to include nonprofits that provide support to people who are incarcerated or re-entering society. We know that many of these individuals end up unhoused after being released from prison. The more intervention and support they have upon re-entry, the higher the likelihood they will thrive. Later, you will hear from one of our grantees that is creating tremendous impact in this area. Community West Foundation has long been a catalyst for change. When our founders decided to establish a separate entity from the hospital system, they knew the impact we could have would be much greater as a result. We have witnessed the extraordinary power of compassion and unity in action through our donors and grantees. Together we have fought hunger, provided shelter for the unhoused, supported refugees and immigrants, and improved access to health care. Yet our work is far from complete. There is always more to be done, more lives to touch, and more communities to uplift. Let us challenge ourselves to dream bigger, to envision a community that thrives in every aspect. Together, we can create a future where basic needs are met, where poverty is defeated, and where no one is left behind. I am inspired by the countless stories of resilience, kindness, and selflessness that have shaped our community. I have faith in each and every one of you, in your capacity to bring about change, and in your unwavering commitment to make a difference. Later, we will share a story of 2 women and how their legacy will impact our community for decades to come. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Let us illuminate hope by igniting the flames of compassion and transform our community into a beacon of optimism and opportunity. Together, we have the power to leave a lasting legacy, one that future generations will look back upon with gratitude and admiration. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each of you who has contributed to the success of our foundation. Your commitment and generosity have been the driving force behind our accomplishments, and I am truly humbled by your unwavering support. Through the collective dedication of our board members, staff, grantee partners, and donors, we have been able to make a significant difference in the lives of those we serve. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be addressing you as Chair of the Community West Foundation Board of Directors. Thank you for joining us today. First, I want to express my sincere gratitude to our Board of Directors. Since I took on this role in January, I've had the opportunity to witness the extensive work that is done at the committee level. I'm so impressed with the dedication and expertise that each of you bring to this organization. Community foundations like ours play a unique role in the nonprofit and philanthropic landscapes. While we are not the boots on the ground providing direct service to the community, we are providing the funding to help keep these programs afloat. I can tell you firsthand that this job is not something our board takes lightly. Every decision is thoughtful and purposeful. Thank you for your contributions to our work. This year has had many highlights that exemplify our mission in action. We were thrilled to welcome Canadian artist and creator of the Matthew 25 collection, Timothy Schmalz, to Cleveland for a visit with our board, donors, and supporters. Over 80 people attended a program held at Cleveland Clinic Lutheran Hospital to hear him talk about his journey as an artist and his inspiration for the sculpture collection. This experience was the crescendo of the entire Matthew 25 collection project for Community West Foundation. Since the completion of the artwork installations last summer, we've had countless individuals and groups engaged with the collection. St. Augustine Church in Tremont held a pilgrimage to each of the statues on Good Friday to reflect upon the meaning exemplified in each piece. St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Lakewood held a family bike ride to visit the artwork to allow their children an opportunity to experience these life-size statues. We are thrilled with the community response, and we encourage all of you to visit the Matthew 25 collection. This art is a true representation of our mission and is a strong reminder for all of us to be the change. Our board members continue to visit our grantee agencies to learn more about their missions and impact on the community. They also look for opportunities to roll up their sleeves and pitch in. In fact, a group of our board members volunteered at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank this spring. After packing food for seniors, the group toured the new facility and heard an update on their strategic plan. It's experiences like this that allow us to stay connected to our partners that are doing the work to help those in need. Community West Foundation values our strong relationships with our grantees. We visit them, we listen to their issues, and we are their partner in solutions. Community West has received recognition for our commitment to being a long-term funder of our grantees. We were excited to receive the Help Award from the City Mission at their gala celebration. Community West Foundation was one of the initial funders of Laura's Home, their facility for moms and children seeking refuge from crisis. We have continually funded the City Mission every year since that initial gift back in 2000. We were acknowledged as leaders in philanthropy, and many of our board members were in attendance to share in the special event. As chair, I've had the opportunity to dive deeper into the work of the nonprofits we support. I'm impressed by their passion to serve and the effectiveness in which they operate. I want to sincerely thank all of our grantee partners for being the change in our community. Looking ahead, our foundation is committed to further expanding our reach and deepening our impact. In the coming year, we will focus on strengthening our partnerships, refining our strategies, and exploring new avenues for collaboration. We recognize that there is still much work to be done, and we are energized by the opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you.
They were benevolent people. They probably initiated the phrase, shirt off my back, seriously. I can tell you as a dear friend, they would never turn their back on someone that needed help. They came to the Westlake Senior Center. I was directing the Community Services Department. They asked to meet with me. They walked in, sat down, and said, "We're here to volunteer." And that was the start of an incredible journey. Carmen and Faye were inspiring. They were inspiring because they found each other. They were a sisterhood. And for two ladies that had no siblings, they just had that strong emotional sisterhood that you admire when you see it in other families. When you see someone that needs help, a brother or sister, and that sibling runs forward to say, yes, I can do this. That's what they did in every aspect of their lives.
They knew about Community West Foundation and called on us for 6 years trying to learn about our mission.
When we talked to Carmen and Faye, we did not know what size gifts they would want to contribute, and it turned out to be very generous and align really well with a couple of our agencies.
I believe that Carmen and Faye's interests, and Carmen in particular, were for those that were homeless and those that really had no one else to provide them guidance. One of the grants that they've made from their legacy goes to a group that trains people in English, a GED, college help. They also were very focused on people who were coming out of the foster care system. They also made 2 grants to an agency that provides housing for families and women with children.
A big part of the appeal for Community West was, first of all, that they could manage the funds, and they could do so with a trust that Carmen and Faye would never ever have to be concerned about. Carmen always talked about how welcome she felt when she walked through these doors, and I know that that was important to her because she was looking not just at the strength of an organization, she was looking at the compassion of an organization. How did they feel about people giving money? How did they feel those funds would be spent? Did they know in their hearts and in their minds everything was going to be taken care of exactly as Carmen wanted it, exactly as Faye wanted it?
Sure, we, of course, are very helpful with donors, with mission alignment, with donors that want to follow the same mission that we do. But we're also willing to follow and support causes that mean a lot to them.
One of the ways that we can help donors is with a restricted fund. Carmen and Faye had a significant estate that they wanted to be a legacy. We were able to restrict that money and manage it the same way that we manage our endowment. We will take 5% of the average amount in their account and distribute that across the 6 agencies that they've chosen. It's important to note that those 6 grants are going to be at almost the same level as we would make as a foundation. This was a very significant gift from Carmen and Faye, and we're thrilled to be able to manage their legacy going forward.
They were an amazing force of nature, and I think what they saw with Community West was an organization that would bring together all of their needs, those 6 different organizations that would answer every kind of need that they had. Faye passed away before some of the things actually came to fruition, and when Carmen signed her trust and when Carmen made those decisions for Community West and the organizations, and it was just a little over a month before she passed away. I know that she felt good.
I got involved in prison ministry because I am the product of prison ministry. Back in 1989, my older brother, who was at law school at Temple at the time, had beaten to death his college roommate. I was offered immunity to testify against my brother, and I refused, and I was charged as an accomplice. I spent 17 years in prison. I experienced prison ministry from the inside and prison reentry on the outside.
We called True Freedom Ministries because we knew they were doing work in the prisons, and that was the focus area of our mission that was lacking in grantee work. We will always be a basic needs provider, but there are opportunities to stop folks from entering the system, and prison training programs and prison reentry programs are incredibly impactful at doing that.
True Freedom Ministries puts together all the pieces to come up with a solution to a problem.
True Freedom exists to revolutionize prison reentry in America. If you look at the statistics, there are over 2.5 million people incarcerated in America. 70% will go back to prison within 3 years of release. A more startling statistic is 80% of the children of prisoners will go to prison also. So we exist to break that cycle.
These men have made mistakes, and we're here just to make them better neighbors when they get out, better citizens.
So for the people who go through our programming, who go through the pre-release training and discipleship, who go through the work release program, who get released, we have a 99% placement rate, and we have a 2% recidivism rate. So the program works.
And where we've really been successful is with, job creation. Our job is to, walk with them and make sure that they get acclimated into society because, in a sense, they're, almost a pariah.
I believe in second chances. These men need second chances. And partners like Community West and True Freedom, we wouldn't have the success that we're having now without them.
Life is possible after prison. I am married. I built a house, I have 2 children, we belong to a church, I have a job. I could do it, you could do it.
He did 17 years in prison like us. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And it was like I saw an example for the first time of someone going home and being something greater than this situation that we were in.
It's an awakening, and then glory be to God, you get increments of hope. Like seeing men like Mike Swagger come in is very inspirational.
Because some guys are leaning on what they know, going back to drug dealing, probably robbery or whatever the case scenario might be. But if you see a physical answer, then you're no longer hopeless, you're no longer spiritless, you're no longer powerless.
They give us hugs, they give you a handshake, they talk to you, look you in your eyes like you're their neighbor already, and the way that it's supposed to be, that it says in Matthew 25. They treat us all like human beings.
They're here to mentor these men, they're here to coach these men, they're here to share the Word of God, a strong foundation.
It's making a difference in people's lives, and especially when it's the least of the least. When there's nothing they can do for us. There are brothers and sisters that are behind bars.
So all of those wraparound services that these men need to become better community partners, that's what True Freedom does. It transforms their lives to where they don't come back.
What we find when we go inside the prison system is these are people who have a soul. They have their own dreams and visions for the future. They have no idea how to accomplish them.
It's a very difficult thing to come out of prison and try to re-enter our society.
There are 4 major pillars in the way we see re-entry. Pre-release mentorship and discipleship, pre-release education and trade skill training, because you have to be able to provide for yourself when you get out, pre-release mentorship, post-release mentorship.
I have a large company, I have lots of employees, and whether it's my HR department or my legal department, it takes some convincing to hire ex-offenders. And the convincing is easier when they have gone through our programming, within the prisons, because they know that we do a really good job, with the men and women that we serve.
Yeah, True Freedom does an amazing job preparing men to transition home. You know, teach you how to be an asset to your family upon leaving prison, but also being an asset to society.
You know, hope is job one. 70 men a month are going home from this facility. You know, I've probably sent home 3,500 men. You know, I'm hoping those 3,500 men, you know, have the hope to continue on and do some great things with their lives.
We look at all of our grantees each year to pick a David and Martha Hessler Illuminating Hope Award. The Hesslers are philanthropists, longtime supporters, and board members of our foundation, and we named this award after them.
This year, we're very honored and pleased to announce True Freedom Ministries as the recipient of the David and Martha Hessler Illuminating Hope Award. And they truly do illuminate hope in our community by giving people second chances.
Yeah, to Community West, thank you so very much for your partnership. We couldn't do the work we do without you. And for the Illuminating Hope Award, thank you so very much for recognizing the work we do, and we certainly will not disappoint you.
I implore you to join me in a commitment to be the change in our community. Let us start by recognizing the strength that lies within each of us. You are here today because you believe in our mission and our purpose. Join us by making an online donation today. All funds collected will be allocated to our Community Impact Fund, which goes directly to our grantees. No matter how big or small your contribution is, it will help to provide vital resources for keeping people fed, helping those battling addiction, ensuring every family has a roof over their heads, and more. Together, we can continue to make a tangible impact on the lives of those around us. Thank you.